What's up, gang? Welcome back to our new episode for today, and thank you for being loyal with us for Wassup podcast, Wassup Gang Podcast. And to those who just joined us, for your information, Wassup Gang Podcast is actually derived from a program. Wassup Gang webinar was first introduced in 2021. At that time, the reason why we have Wassup Gang webinar because we want to call back all those who have joined any program under Ministry of Youth and Sport to give back to the society or to share their experience and to give their opinion and to give tips and tricks to the youth who want to join the program under the Ministry of Youth and Sport. Today with me, a very handsome YB HIFFNI. How are you, YB?
Hi, good, very good. But please, I would like to just ask that you don't call me YB, even though the program is a youth parliament punya program. I am not a YB. YB is reserved for those who participated in the general election. So I don't respond well to YB. Usually my girlfriends all call me baby.
Oh, okay.
But no, beyond that, I don't respond to YB lah. Just
okay, baby. The way you sit, the way you talk, as if like you are a YB.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so it's an honor for me to have you today. But before that, YB or baby, alright. So to those outside there who just joined our program, Wassup Gang Podcast, do not forget to follow our social media through JBSN Negara, Belia.my, UIP JBSN, and also if you want to know more and you need to update yourself through our official website, kbs.gov.my. Alright, so YB, oh baby, why are you laughing?
HIFFNI.
Okay, HIFFNI. The viewers, no, see, I'm also fascinated. I'm fascinating to look at you. Okay, now, viewers outside there, they want to know who are you actually? What your name? What you are doing?
So my name is HIFFNI. I am currently still single and available. Very confident, but no. I'm currently working as a policy advisor with the New Zealand High Commission. So that's in KL. It's not in Wellington or Auckland. So my line of work requires me to build relationships with between Malaysian government and the New Zealand government. So I am the bridge, the interconnecting, the facilitator, if you would, of the relationship between the two governments lah. Very diplomatic, very international relations punya work. So but before that I was formerly a special officer to Datuk Sri Syamuddin.
I see.
And before that I was a management trainee. Before that I was a uni student.
Okay.
And I'm 28 years old.
Still young.
Years old. Yeah.
Still young.
Yeah, still very young.
Same age with me.
Oh, see, I knew you were 28.
Of course. But before we go for that, I want to ask you a question. Do you constructed your nose because it's like you put some fillers?
No. So
sure?
this is very natural. These good-looking features are all from birth.
From birth. So you got it from your mama?
Yes.
That's good.
So I think I keep telling people that I have a bit of Persian blood.
Oh, Persian blood.
Yeah.
I'm European.
My eyes are blue, but I pakai contact lens.
Same. My eyes is red.
No, but on my dad's side, she's from Penang, so I had a bit of Pakistani blood or like Indian blood lah. So pasal tu hidung Shah Rukh Khan, so I have a very defined feature.
I like your confidence. That's why you joining Parliament Belia Youth Parliament.
Youth Parliament. Yeah.
Okay. So, HIFFNI, can you please tell us actually what is Parliament Belia or Youth Parliament? Because I believe not everyone knows about that.
Okay. So, Youth Parliament, I am the third generation.
Okay.
So the first one, if I recall correctly, started in 2015, around that time. So during YB Khairi Jamaluddin, when he was Youth and Sports Minister. That was when the program took off. But the idea was came out of a youth lab, if I remember correctly. And that youth lab took the Youth Parliament program out of, I think, somewhere around 33 other countries. Australia has their own. I think New Zealand also have their own like Youth Parliament program, those kind of thing. So the Youth Parliament program is actually the vision around it is to get youth political participation up. So you pick the interest. So we participate in a parliamentary style debate over motions that
I
we
see.
put. So the process is pretty much a bit like parliament, our own parliament. So in the unicameral, bicameral system of our parliament, we have 2 houses, and we simulate the lower house, the House of Commons, Dewan Rakyat lah. And but the unique thing about us is that we do not go one-to-one with actual parliament.
I see.
So my seat is state. So I'm a state delegation, state representative. So saya mewakili, I represent Selangor. I don't represent Subang,
I see.
PJ or Damansara.
So you present state.
State, yeah.
Alright. So what makes you want to join a youth parliament? Okay, the way you sit, the way you talk, the hand gestures, as if like you are well groomed, to be YB in the future.
Yeah.
So, but before that, what makes you want to join youth parliament?
So my interest in politics initially started when I was overseas. So when I was
see.
overseas, UMNO had a like a branch. So UMNO Luar Negara.
Okay.
So what did I say? Negara with an accent. No.
Yeah, because you are studying in Canterbury.
Canterbury.
Canterbury
Yeah.
from New Zealand.
So
you love to play rugby, of course.
Yes, which is why I'm very buff. But no.
Okay. And then?
So the political interest started in 2016 when UMNO brought me back as part of. So I was president of UMNO Luar Negara in Christchurch, and I came back to join the UMNO General Assembly, Perhimpunan Agong UMNO, in 2016. I remember
since that is build up your interest and things like that.
Yes. So it built up my interest in politics, how I see being involved in politics is how you effect real change.
I see.
Okay? So there are a lot of ways that you can enact change. So you can go civil societies. A lot of people join NGOs or they join my way of participating in country development, nation building, membina negara ni is through politics lah. So that's how the interest started, and it was promoted to me, youth parliament, through a friend. So
from your friend?
From my friend, who came from that political circle. So he was like, HIFFNI, you seem to be very well versed. You are eloquent. You pandai bercakap. And I think
I can see that you pandai bercakap. You
betul. My girlfriends semua cakap I pandai mengayat, but I think pandai bercakap is better.
Alright, so HIFFNI, of course, when you join youth parliament, there's a lot of activities and strategic plan and things like that. So can you please tell us the routine? How many days this program, and then the routine, and then what you are doing throughout this program?
Throughout the program. Yeah. So youth parliament on a normal session would have 4 persidangan. So for convening of sessions. So during each session, you would have, so the secretariat from KBS would call us in a day early. So we have decided the motions, a list of motions. Every committee, so we are organized in 9 committees, socio-economic, which I am the head of. And then you have
you are socio-economics.
Yeah.
Similar to your background of your study?
Yeah, kind of. So I studied commerce. I had accounting, so I had some economic background.
Alright.
Yeah, so I was head of the economic committee. So we don't organize Parliament Belia by opposition or government. So there's 9 committee. So every committee have their own representatives. So representatives from every state. So Selangor had 25. Sabah, Sarawak had 14. So every committee have voices of youth from every state. So they would bring their own background, their own experience to the table lah. So when we discuss motions, what are the things that affect you most? So that happens much earlier. So on the day before, so it's a 3-day program, 2 days of session itself, so bersidang tu sendiri, and 1 day of pre-council lah, so the session, pre-persidangan. Pra-persidangan. And so we would discuss everything, and then we would discuss among each other who would we support. So only 4 motions will be debated during the session. So 2 on the first day, more or less, and then the susunan also quite orderly. So it's like the actual day 1. So you will have to submit your name. Every committee can send a name to debate the motion. So whoever is tabling the motion will go I would like to debate this motion of food security, for example.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hifni, I try to understand because this is something new for me. Because during I'm 28 years old like you, but I never exposed to this. So I need to know by sequence. Okay, you have pra persidangan, right?
Yes.
Okay, beforehand you need to have the motion.
Yeah.
Okay, example of the motion.
This committee believes that food security, the National Food Security Plan must involve youth in agriculture and farming.
I see. Then you submit that motion to the parliament.
To secretariat.
To secretariat.
Yeah.
So meaning to say that every committee have to debate, will get the motion and they have to debate that or to discuss that.
Yes.
Okay, so after that, after you give the motion to the secretary, and then what's next?
So on the session itself, during the session itself, we would debate. So the names that every committee submits, so they would, they would have their turn.
Okay.
So the speaker, we had the deputy speaker, MP Batu Pahat. I'm terribly sorry, I forgot his name. And we also had Akmal Nasir, MP from JB.
Okay.
So they was chairing. So they would call out the names. So I would call the member from the international committee.
P111, for example. Do you call that kind of
No. So
okay,
because we are state, so the representative from Kelantan,
I see.
perwakilan daripada Kelantan, by his name, please stand up and debate.
Okay.
So they would be given a time like Dewan Rakyat.
Okay.
And within 5 minutes they would have to say, oh, I really support this. In Kelantan there are there are such and such initiatives and whatnot. And at the end of every say 9 debaters, somebody from the committee would again close. So penggulungan lah.
Okay.
So they would gulung. We have heard from all the members, and we agree with such and such and such. We will now put this to a vote.
Okay.
Yeah. So voting also similar to parliament again because it's a simulation. You can do a voice vote. So the speaker would go, siapa setuju? Cakap setuju. Setuju. Yeah, so those kind of stuff. But sometimes we would get naughty. Other debate, other motions which we think.
Are you talking about you being naughty?
No. I'm a very good boy. Yeah.
Good boy or good man?
Good man.
Okay.
Good man.
Alright. Continue.
Yeah. So we would sometimes call for a undi belah bahagi, so like a split vote. So that is also done by Parlimen Dewan Rakyat protocol lah. So petugas or the Dewan Rakyat staffs, I suppose. Sorry for the lack of better word, but they would come down and they would have handers like papers.
Okay.
Right. So you see one by one, agree, disagree, and then they would count the vote. And then you would go, oh, okay, this motion did not pass voting.
I see.
100 people say yes, but the other 130 said no.
Alright, so during the debate, just now you said the word simulation. So I wonder, this motion, what happened to that motion?
Okay.
Does it will bring to the upper level or just a simulation itself?
No. So in Parlimen Belia, at the end of the debate, after the 2 days, after the last motion has been debated, the Minister of Youth and Sports, Menteri Belia, will come down and he would have the summary of what has happened, and then he would say that I agree with such and such, and all the motions that we debate. So the constructive way forward was that the Minister of Youth and Sports would bring that into the cabinet meeting.
I see.
So mesyuarat jemaah menteri or the cabinet will hear of our motions. So the Minister of Youth and Sports during that parliamentary during the cabinet meeting would say, alright, 2 weeks ago there was a session by Parlimen Belia.
So it's not a waste, right?
It's not a waste, no. So there are constructive way forward lah.
So during the simulation of the discussion, I try to imagine like how do you guys debate? As if normally simulation would resemble to the real one, right?
Yes.
So how it look like?
It looks really depending on the speaker. So the speaker would set the tone.
Okay.
So if the speaker is the kind that because again it's a training for all of us. Some of our delegates, some of the representatives, perwakilan will challenge themselves. They would just submit their name, but it would be their first time speaking into a microphone in front of 150 representatives. So it can be very nervous, very nerve-wracking, but as friends, we are all friends.
Okay, I believe
So
that
we-
youth outside there really want to see a simulation by our YB today, HIFFNI. Can you please give me at least in a 30 second on how you project your vocal, I mean like how you project your idea in that parliament?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So
Okay, the motion today is about gender bias.
Gender bias.
Gender
Okay.
bias. So we have to make sure that men and women have to get the same leave. Okay?
Okay.
Same leave. Meaning to say that if
Cuti
we
bergaji. Cuti leave.
cuti leave.
Okay.
Yes, cuti leave. Alright. So they have to get the same leave. If girls get 30 days, men also have to get 30 days.
Okay.
Alright. So okay, now how are you going to?
Okay, 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Alright.
Okay.
YB HIFFNI from Selangor.
The Honourable Mr. Speaker, thank you very much for calling me up. I am very honoured to debate the motion today. My name is HIFFNI. I'm from Selangor. Mr. Speaker, I believe that men and women should be allowed the same amount of leave. There should be no bias.
cannot. Whoa,
Mr. Speaker,
whoa.
please, delegate from Kelantan is interrupting me. Mr. Speaker, would you please have him sit down? Alright, Mr. Speaker, if there are no further interruptions, my motion today is about yes. So I think that and simulation.
Okay, I think it's very. I mean, like I like it.
Yeah.
You know, it's very professional. Of course, sometimes the people might get a little bit emotional.
Yeah,
Things.
yeah.
So how do you guys control that actually?
So
Because youth, darah muda.
Yeah, young blood. We're very
young blood,
temperamental.
very full of energy.
Yes, yes.
Idea. How do you guys
Yeah.
control that?
So usually we just shout above each other. So we would just you raise your voice. So
Okay.
if that person who interrupted you is at level 8, you just go level 10. But usually the speaker does a really good job of controlling,
I see.
because for us as youth, we are more respectful to our elders. And so I don't I'm not insinuating anything, I'm not saying anything, but youth are generally more respectful to each other in a sense. And because it's quite a tight-knit community as well between each other. We would sometimes maybe throw out words just to kind of provoking is not really a nice word, but yeah, we try and get a reaction out of whoever's debating.
But for me, I like it because it teaches you how to control yourself and be calm, right?
Yeah.
So some people, when people argue with them, they always think that I know better than you, but it's not true.
Betul, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So in terms of equality, alright. So youth parliament, which gender mostly join this youth parliament?
I think our representative in my batch, I think it was it skew a bit towards male.
Okay.
So there's 138 delegates. So 138 who won the election,
Okay.
more or less. But the secretariat would appoint representatives. So they use that to balance.
I see.
So if there's too much men, for example, they would appoint more women out of the pool of candidates. So those who lost the election can still be part of the delegation lah, the perwakilan.
Alright.
Yeah.
Through my study, I political studies. I found out that actually youth outside there, not youth, but youth.
Okay.
My name is youth.
You.
Youth outside there, actually they like politics. They love to give their opinion. However, they do not know the channel. So, what is your advice to them?
Okay, so for them, I feel that social media is always the go-to. That's the base one.
Okay.
But participating in programs organized by KBS or even state governments or even NGO, because I know Malaysia kini the Parliament Digital, I think it was. So it was very similar to us. These kind of programs, like Parliament Belia especially, gives you both practical experience and also a legitimate, or rather a recognized platform where your voices can be heard. Yeah, but of course you must jockey with other people again. And because it's a formal platform, sometimes you feel that your voice is not heard. But again, being part of the delegate, you know, when you get invited to talk shows or programs, that title of Ahli Parlimen Belia Selangor, you can still put it on those posters. So you can join things like this, like podcasts. And you can still use, within reason, your title as a Parliament Belia to throw out your voices and opinions. So joining programs like Parliament Belia is really good in giving you some level of legitimacy and also a level of credibility. So you're not just somebody who's outside. Not everyone is an influencer.
True. Basically, how do you know this program? Through official website?
So me personally, I knew it from a friend.
Okay, you know from your friend, okay.
That friend told me about it. But I know of other ahli Parlimen Belia, members of the delegation of the representatives yang heard it through official channel.
Okay.
So KBS promotes it through mainstream media, Bersama, and I've seen articles about Parlimen Belia in Malay Mail. And so there are those.
It shows that you are really, you love to read newspapers, news article. But to the youth outside there who are watching us, if you're really interested to join Youth Parliament, please follow our social media through JBSN Negara, belia.my, UIP JBSN, and also please update yourself through our official website, kbs.gov.my. Okay, if you can see our screen over there, they have a question from Isma Liza. Okay, Isma Liza is asking, what is the best benefit I can get by joining Youth Parliament? Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, again, speaking from a personal standpoint, I think the best benefit that you would get out of Youth Parliament is the networking. So you expand your social circle. So, because delegates represent youth from other states, so if you never had friends out of Sabah or Sarawak, or if your friends from Sabah and Sarawak is from your uni days, by joining Parliament Belia, the best benefit is you can get access to their experience, to their views on life, their perspectives, and their ideas, their visions of Malaysia. Because other people, their punya aspirasi for Malaysia is very different.
Yes.
And being part of youth, the best investment you can make, the best benefit out of the program, which was an investment that I made, was me learning of their perspective, their visions, and all that lah. So so that was the best.
Okay, baby. HIFFNI.
Risau.
Okay, I'm very introvert person. People know that I am kind of introvert. I shy to talk to people.
Okay.
I scared to, I have that kind of feeling. I'm so scared to meet people, and sometimes people might think that I'm an arrogant person. Okay, what is the best candidate to join Youth Parliament? If that person is not good in communication skill, or to speak out, do they can join, or what is the best candidate to join?
Okay, so there is no clear limit on who can join.
Okay.
So I think KBS put a guideline lah of so you have to be, I remember correctly, 18 to 25. So they lowered. So if you're within that age limit, that's I think the hard cap.
Okay.
So anyone below 25 can join. And personality wise, I don't think they don't. I mean, is an advantage to be an extrovert or to be extremely confident like myself. but again, not everyone
and
is like
that. You are extremely extrovert
as well, true. But anyone can actually join. So it's a matter of challenging yourself. So if you don't try, then you won't know. So again, this is, I suppose, is my message to everyone, the viewers. If you feel that you will embarrass yourself, you memalukan diri sendiri when you join, there's no such thing. Even if you do, you are 25, you are 24, you are 21. People will forget that. And the most important thing for you, if you do embarrass yourself, if that incident happens, you need to learn from it and be better. So at 28, when you are at my age, sorry, when you are at our age, you will become a better person.
True.
So I am an extrovert and confident at 28, but when I first joined the program, I wasn't nearly like that. So it's the journey that matters. It's how you become better. You don't enter a good person, an excellent person. You enter so average, but you come out better. Then the program, KBS KPIs.
Okay, how this program changed you? I mean, like in terms of personal skill development, or maybe your personal growth. How this program really changed you?
Okay, so again, my speaking skills has not always been this good.
Okay.
So
Ya ke? You from what from which university?
I'm from Canterbury University.
You say that you're not good. I don't think so. Anyway, that's your opinion.
Yeah.
Come on, go ahead.
Learning to speak, or even as simple as learning your seeing and hearing your peers, your kawan-kawan sebaya ni, how they speak, and you having aspirations to join them or to be as good as them, is already a good enough driver for you to, just work on yourself. And again, those are self initiatives, and those are things that you push yourself to do. So if you don't have the initiative, or you don't have the effort, and you are very afraid of making mistakes, which is in itself a mistake, you should never be afraid to make mistakes, especially when you're below 30, our age.
True.
So if you make any mistake, again, like I said, you just learn from it.
Because make mistake is common, I guess, and it will make you more wiser person after that. Because you don't, I agree with you. Don't feel scared to make mistake.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to test you something.
Yeah.
Do you think that you're handsome?
I like to think that I am. Yes.
Again, I ask you, do you think you're handsome?
Yes.
Yes, I like that one, because that is how you show your confidence level.
Yes.
Because some people, when people say that you are handsome, no lah. you have to be confident, because people is praising you. You're supposed to accept it, right? Because this is 2023.
Yeah.
People, Malaysian, I guess, youth especially, when people praising you, you're like, no, there's someone better than me.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
So self-appreciation is a really good thing. So again, it's a fine line. So you need to always be cognizant. You can always sedar, peka to this arrogance. So there's a fine line between confident and arrogant. So I always check myself. I always self-reflect. So I always tell myself that I put it forward as a joke. So that's how my confidence works. So I just go, oh yeah, I'm single. Yeah, oh, I have Pakistani blood. Shah Rukh Khan knows and all that. But I make people laugh about it. So that's confidence and also a bit of charisma.
Okay.
But you don't have to go very serious about it.
True.
Yeah, betul lah. Shah Rukh Khan.
True.
That's very arrogant. So there's a fine line between that. So it's again a lot of self-reflection. And even if you do go that way, some youth mungkin they go overboard. Somebody will check you. Your friends or your peers or your family will just go, calm down.
I like that way. I like that way because we try to help each other.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Do you like old song?
Old songs? Oh yeah, I'm really big fan of Sinatra.
Sinatra.
Yeah, my little brother, my adik he calls me an old man because I like.
Okay, try one of the Frank Sinatra songs.
Oh no. Fly me to the moon and let me play. Okay, dah cukup. Maybe cut that.
No.
You nanti maybe post editing can just put actual Frank Sinatra.
Yeah. No problem for that. Okay. Actually, the way I ask you that question because it's about memory.
Yeah.
You see, so people know us because our memory that we created each other. So, what is the unforgettable memory during the program?
During the program. Yeah. So I think it would have to be back in 2019. So our first ever program, our first ever sidang. I think the best memory was going through our first split vote, our first undi belah bahagi. So the motion was actually I wouldn't say it's not important, but it's not popular. It's not really hyped. So it's about, if I remember correctly, it's about sistem kumbahan, sewage system.
Okay.
So we're trying to promote a more green and sustainable sewage system. But you don't want to talk about something like that. Sistem kumbahan, like, is there nothing else you want to talk about?
Yeah.
Of course, on a national macro scale, it's a different story lah. So they said that somebody demanded that split vote, undi belah bahagi. We do it now. So I remember that I did not plan on it.
Okay.
So for split voting, you need to have support from at least 13 or 15 members. So one person suggests speaker, we would have a split vote, and then the speaker would ask the hall, the day one, who is in support of this. So I just stood up. So to me that was like because the person who presented the motion was a friend.
Okay.
So the friend just looked at me like, traitor, Judas.
Okay.
At
Or you want to
2
get the spotlight because the camera will...
Yeah, the camera was actually on me, so
Okay.
I kind of like that. But yeah, so it was as Shakespeare would put it, et tu brute, like this is a betrayal.
Yes.
So my friend, after the split voting, because the motion failed actually, so my friend just came up to me and just went, Ifni, why did you agree to a split vote? Yeah, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, bro. But you know, it's a learning experience. Sometimes you get what you want, sometimes you don't. Yeah. So.
That is what I like about this situation. I do like it because it remind me about Porter box and also Cecilia box in ethical decision making process. You know, where we have to have the line between professional and also friendship because that is very important. I think that it give you a good practice. You have to differentiate between friend is friends and work is work, right?
Yes.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I completely agree with that. So again, when we were selected, we are representing youth, and we know as youth, you know, that motion. While some youth may feel that's a very close event to them, close topic for them. Others might not feel so. So because I represent the Selangor youth, there's no such issue. And maybe from where he came from, there was an issue. And so for him, it was a very close thing. But professionally, I felt that, you know, my voters would not find that to be an important thing for them. Yeah, so I was merely reacting to my purpose of being there.
Okay.
Yeah. So
when you joined that program, right, HIFFNI, during that time you have graduated or you still studying?
Yes. So I have graduated from then. So when I joined the program, I came back from New Zealand in 2017.
Okay.
So I've been in the workforce. I've been working for 2 years.
I see.
When I joined that. So I think I joined that really at the cap. I joined that when I was 24. Was it 25? Yeah, 2019.
It's okay.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, so I was just at the cap of that age.
Alright.
So yeah, it's really it doesn't take a lot of time too much, and because the session is only 3 days.
Okay.
As a working man, I could just apply for leave. Yeah.
Although the program only for 3 days, but the preparation takes quite some time, right?
Yes.
Okay, right. What happened to you after you joined Youth Parliament?
So in my particular batch, COVID really disrupted a lot of things, but there were still efforts to get the program going, discussions to still be ongoing in WhatsApp groups and whatnot. So I used the title as a representative for Parliament Belia to go on several talks and podcasts. So things like this. For me to on those podcasts I was pushing, you know, certain ideas or motions or agendas, but on this particular podcast, again, it's promoting that, and I feel that, you know, a lot of good things that came to me came because I joined the program. There are other factors as well, but this program definitely helped me, you know, become a better person, more visibility, and it's a good thing to have on your CV as well.
True.
Yeah.
True. So maybe your advice to the youth outside there to join, why it's so important? Though I mean, like, their voice does matter. So what is your advice to them?
Okay. So for youth, I think the biggest advice I could give is for you to not feel discouraged, because everybody have their own ideas, and it comes in two like hand in hand sekali. So you have your own ideas, but you must also be acceptive of other people's idea. And joining program like Parliament Belia opens you up to both. So you can push your idea, but you must also learn to listen to other people's idea. If somebody disagrees with you, that's their perspective, that's their experience. So learning to do all that makes you gives you more caliber, gives you more maturity. And all that. So yeah, everybody who is watching, I suppose, should really join. Menang kalah is a different thing, and it's, you know, you win, you lose. That's part of life. C'est la vie.
If all want to win, who want to lose?
Yeah, betul. Yeah. So and nobody enters into an election planning to lose. Everybody wants to win.
True.
So you just sign up, give your name, join, and if you lose, keep in touch. So the secretariat will still involve you in certain places. And when you are going for the election, masa you bertanding, when you are competing, you know, you make as much noise as you can, and so you get noticed.
True.
And at least you might get lucky, and someone from a YB's office would go, "Oh, this is quite good." And so even if you lose Parliament Belia, you might get a different opportunity somewhere. Yeah. So it's really just how you use the opportunity. And so, you know, KBS has opened the door, and you know, it's up to you how you use that particular opportunity that has been opened for you. Yeah.
Alright.
So everybody can go. English is because of this podcast. I actually did a lot of English during my motion presenting. Walaupun bahasa rasmi is bahasa Melayu. And
Malaysia,
and dalam Dewan is also always, if you want to use English in the Dewan, you have to go dengan izin Tuan Speaker. But I used dengan izin, I just went 5 minutes in English. It's not like 2 words, but that's just me. I'm just geared like that. But even if you can't talk, just be there, be present. That makes a lot of difference. Kan? 2 years down the line, you might have suddenly the inspiration or the confidence to speak, and based on that experience. So if you get to speak during the sidang, good. If you don't, still good. You're still there.
Because you're still learning something.
You're still learning.
There, right?
You're still learning.
Alright, our baby, our YB HIFFNI, I think that there's a lot of things for us to talk. But because of the, the time constraints, things like that. But I really appreciate you are here today, and very insightful discussion.
Thank you.
Again, to youth outside there, don't forget to follow our social media, JBSN Negara, Belia.my, UIP JBSN, and also do not forget to update yourself. I mean, like, to get more information through our official website, kbs.gov.my. HIFFNI, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
And I wish you all the best, and I can't wait to vote you in the future.
Thank you so much.
Alright.
Amin.
Thank you guys. What's up, gang? We'll end now and see you and catch up with you to the next episode. Bye.